And as the Trump administration is stepping in to help stranded Americans scrambling to get out of the Middle East, Grady Trimble is live at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport, where we are awaiting the arrival of a commercial flight from Dubai. What do we know, Grady?
Yeah, it should be landing here this afternoon, Sandra. It's in the air right now, and this particular flight to Chicago from Dubai had been canceled for several days, so it's promising news that it is in the air and got out safely this morning. We also know that the State Department is chartering flights, and the first of those flights left at some time yesterday evening. The State Department says around 17,500 U.S. citizens who were in the Middle East made it back to the United States safely. We also know that some people are taking matters into their own hand, not relying on commercial or State Department flights if they can afford it. And that's because the airspace is either partially or completely shut down in many countries in the Middle East. And that means that commercial flights are limited right now. So people are turning to private jet brokers. One of them tells us it actually set up a temporary office in Muscat, the capital of Oman, because bookings have increased in that area by so much. Another company called Global Charter agrees that Oman has been seen sort of as the best way out of the Middle East because its airspace has remained open.
So you've got many people making that ground journey across the border, which I believe has become, as you would probably expect, more tenuous and more difficult to get across. And that journey, as arduous as it may be, has certainly been undertaken by many people to get to Muscat Airport.
Global Charter says it usually gets 3 or 4 requests a day for airports in the Middle East. This week, that has increased to about 30. What a lot of customers are doing is booking shorter flights to Turkey, Greece, Egypt, Italy, and then from there, once they're safely out of the Middle East, they're flying commercially the rest of the way. But with that surge in demand and limited supply, that also means prices have gone up. These flights are expensive ordinarily, around $80,000 to give you an example, from Dubai to Istanbul. That same flight, since the conflict broke out, will cost around $100,000 more than that. So we're talking about a lot of money here that a lot of people don't have the ability to spend on something like this. So these charter companies, as well as the airliners, are working with Western governments as well to try to help get people out of the Middle East. Sandra?
Grady Trimble with that live update out of O'Hare Airport for us. Grady, thank you. Dana?
And for more on the evacuation efforts, Tommy Pigott is a State Department spokesman. Thank you so much for being here. I'll just show the map up here. I'm sure you know the map well, just for everyone to be reminded. This is the travel restriction map. What more can you tell us about how the State Department right now is getting people from that region home if they want to get home?
Well, the safety and security of the American people is our highest priority. To that end, we have a 24/7 task force that has been activated to surge resources to communicate security guidance and also assist with travel options for people that want to come home. We're identifying specific individuals with specific options in order to depart the region. That includes moving people from areas where airspace is closed to where airspace is open, where they might be able to get a charter or commercial flight. That also means that charter flights are underway. Currently, we've seen 20,000 Americans be able to return to the United States since this began, including 10,000 Americans that have been directly assisted by that task force. Bottom line is this: if you're an American in the region that is looking to depart the region, please call +1 202 501 4444. We are working 24/7 to bring you home.
And Tommy, we have that number up on the screen too, so that's a good reminder for everyone. Do people have to pay for these charter flights?
No, these charter flights are at no cost to American citizens.
Okay.
So please register. We're identifying specific people with specific travel options.
And President Trump posted this on Truth Social, that the Department of State will identify where you are and provide travel options to you. We are already chartering flights free of charge and booking commercial options, which we expect will become increasingly available as time goes on. And I just want to show everybody this. This is FlightAware showing this big hole in the airspace all around Iran and Afghanistan, right? So, I don't know how many flights would be going over Afghanistan anyway, but obviously people trying to get in and out. One of those partners of ours is Keir Starmer, the UK Prime Minister, and he had this to say earlier about cooperation with the United States.
The special relationship is in operation right now. We're working with the Americans in the deployment from our bases. We are working together in the region. The US and the British working together to protect both the US and the British in joint bases where we're jointly located. And we're sharing intelligence on a 24/7 basis in the usual way. That is the special relationship.
Yeah, showing again, we can spar, but we can also get along and get things done. Politico had this headline that Trump's FAFO moment. America needs Europe after all. The U.S. assault on Iran has hammered another bruise into the transatlantic relationship, with Macron, Starmer, and Sanchez resisting Trump's demands to back his war. I'm not sure if that's completely accurate. It feels to me that maybe aside from Spain, there is support.
Well, look, President Trump and the Secretary have spoken to this. What I can say from the State Department's perspective, again, is our focus on helping Americans in the region who need it. The fact that no American in the region who wants to come home is alone. We are here 24/7 working for you, putting America first, Americans first, bringing you home should you need assistance, 24/7 working to get that done.
How do you respond to criticism that the State Department was slow to get this information out, to get people out in an orderly fashion because they wanted the element of surprise, of course, before the attack on Iran?
Well, look, we saw travel warnings leading up to this operation. We've seen travel warnings since this operation. We saw the immediate activation of this 24/7 task force in order to assist Americans. We're seeing those 20,000 Americans that have been able to return home from the Middle East since this began. We're seeing those 10,000 Americans receiving that direct assistance from the task force. We're seeing charter flights underway. We are working 24/7 to get this done, to help the American people, putting the American people first and bringing them home should they desire to come home.
What happens to those Americans who decide not to take you up on this offer?
Well, ultimately, we need people to register. That's why it's so important to register, so that we know who you are, where you are, and if you're requesting assistance. That's why that number is so important. That's why signing up for step.state.gov is so important, so you can get those security alerts, those constant security alerts about different countries in the region, and make sure you're as informed as possible. So if you want that help, please register. We'll identify specific travel options for specific individuals and bring you home should you desire to come home.
Tommy Pigott, State Department, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.